I'm from rural Oklahoma.
Tornado Alley.
Absolutely.
Rural Oklahoma.
Yep.
Wow. Now, growing up, did you grow up on a ranch out there? Were you kind
Nope,
of in that
we grew
kind
up
of
on
country?
the edge of town, but when I was about 10 or so, my dad started rescuing horses from the local county. Someone would call him and say, Earl, this animal's not being fed, or this animal might be abused. And my dad would go out and talk to the farmer, give him 2 weeks before he brought the sheriff. And he said, I'll be back in 2 weeks, and you will have a choice. You'll change the way you treat your animal, or I'll call the sheriff, or you'll give me the animal. Now, that's the way it is. And so we started off with a blood bay quarter horse who was starved almost to death, and I thought she was a piece of tin in the pasture when I saw her.
Wow. I
said, what's that? Dad said, that's a horse, be careful, she's skittish. And she was the first of many.
Wow.
And he was a natural vet, so he'd heal him back to health, and he taught us all to ride, and there were 8 of us, and how to care for horses.
So your dad was a horse whisperer kind of guy?
My dad was a cowboy.
He was a cowboy.
On the Chapman-Barnard Ranch in the Dirty 30s, the biggest ranch in all of Oklahoma. In fact, that's where Howard Hughes went to get his horses. And it's also where he came to solicit cowboys for his films.
Oh, really?
And my dad was one of 3 cowboys that hung together. And one of them was Ben Johnson, Jr., who went with Howard Hughes at the beginning of World War II. And he said, Earl, why don't you come with me? And my dad said, no, I just signed up for the Army. I'm going to Puerto Rico, and I'm going to train down there amongst the senoritas. So he went off to World War II, and Ben Johnson went to be backup in more than 300 films and worked a lot with John Ford.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a story, and you didn't even mean to tell it, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I never knew that before.
And the Nature Conservancy bought a good chunk of the Chapman-Barnard Ranch, and their headquarters is the bunkhouse where my dad was a cowboy, and his name is on the plaque as one of the cowboys from the Chapman-Barnard Ranch. Yep.